Who said he doesn't?
If the rest of y'all would stop making it so complicated, maybe you would have success like Drake. Put on and make sure it's easy to listen to. It sounds good. And a lot of people will come listen to the man.
I mean, but a lot of people are listening to it.
That's why Drake's successful.
Yeah, we never said he wasn't.
That's it. That's it.
I just relax. Like,
I just be feeling like y'all be coming for my guy Drake all the time, man.
So it's your guy?
You the one said you fell in love with him.
I said why everyone else fell in love with him. Okay, yeah. Well, I did back in that. Back in the day. I don't know this.
Oh, so he broke your heart.
Nah, he ain't break my heart.
Oh. Yo, Rap Life Review, man. We hanging out, man. We got Eddie in LA. We got Low. And I'm Ebro. And we got things to run through. Drake dropped 100 gigs for your head top. Latto dropped the album that's doing very well, #1 on Apple Music. Larry June, Benny the Butcher and the Black Soprano family dropped some heat for the streets.
Yeah.
And the Hood Poet, Polo G, dropped the album too. So big up to all of them. Let's get into this Drake 100 gigs for the head top though.
Yeah.
Let's start with the music.
Okay.
Drake winning, dog. I think, look, man, he dropped 3 tracks. It's Up, Blue, Green, Red, Housekeeping Those. And the thing about Drake is we all know that, and it's not even talking bad about Drake, it's the reality of it. You never know what personality, what musical genre, subgenre, what nation he's gonna take his musical influence from. And he decided on these 3 songs that he released on this 100 gigs, he's gonna give you 3 different versions of Drake. And strategic. Like, yeah. And honestly, all of them are good. It's Up. Right. That's the one with 21 Savage.
Isn't that the beauty of Drake?
Yes.
That's what people have loved the whole time.
Since March, it's been, how's Drake gonna play this? It's been, and to be clear, Drake has been having misstep after misstep after misstep. And this is the first time in a while I saw online people reacting, because it wasn't just the 3 songs. Yes, the 3 songs were good to me. All of them. I enjoyed all of them. It was what he did with it. And what he did was he tapped into that nostalgia bag, because Drake has a generation of people that were raised on his music.
Yo, and it was like he whipped out that, like when you beefing with your brothers and sisters and your grandma pull out the family photo album and y'all start going through the photos and you're like, I love you. That's how he hit us. He had to remind us.
Yeah, and you're starting to evaluate your relationship with Drake's music throughout the years, and you're looking, and to be honest, he played it well because you're seeing Drake in these genuine moments. And that's been the issue over the last few years, is we don't know what Drake really is. He comes across as disingenuous. That's part of the knock on him. And when you give us 3 legit good songs, Latto, 21 Savage, The Joint by Itself, you give us some of the New Orleans bounce flavor, the fake Caribbean Drake that he does, because he ain't from the Caribbean, but he does that. And then you get,
But see.
I know Toronto has the biggest they had the biggest Caribbean population outside of the West Indies.
But
I get it.
Here's why I want to say this, and Drake stands, the OVO host, y'all could jump in the comments. And all
you
that.
said that.
Drake is all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why, and Drake has been very successful being all of these things. But that's why when you get into a battle, and take it from a mixed kid, people who aren't, don't have the same intersectionality culturally, always only want you to be one thing because they're only one thing. Right? And
I disagree with that.
No, they do. It happens to me all the time. Like, what are you? What are you? What are you? And it's like, well, I'm multiple things. I'm racially black, but my mom's white.
Yeah.
I was, I like snowboarding, but I also like
rap,
hip hop. Like,
but I think
and where I grew up in the Bay, all of that went in the same. And that culturally, that was my mix. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Skateboarding, street culture, breakdancing, hip hop, it all went together.
DJing, radio,
all of it.
And
but I think that's a personality thing. Like I'm not mixed, but there's multiple things.
That's not necessarily personality. That's also environment.
But it's environment is what I'm pointing to.
Okay.
Many people's environment is
shapes
more.
Them. It shapes them.
Well, yeah, but it's also not. It doesn't have as much cultural influence. Like even here, us in New York. There's a lot of people that don't understand New York because they grow up in places that don't have all of the many different languages, cultures, influences, and things, and food.
That's fair.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so, but that doesn't take away from losing a battle, because when you're in a battle, somebody is going to find the thing to pick apart.
Right.
And that's what Kendrick did. But that doesn't mean we didn't like those and enjoy that music from Drake when he was delivering it. No. There were some people who only liked rap Drake. There were some people who liked all of Drake. There were some people who mostly liked R&B Drake, but that's also why he's so successful, is because he's done so much. But that's also what pisses people off.
Yeah. I mean, here's my thing. Like, the records that he put out, Housekeeping, Red, Green, Blue, and It's Up. It's Up is like the one that I like, but out of all three, like, there literally is, I don't know if these are throwaways. I don't know if this is leading towards something. Like, there's literally no growth in any of those songs. Like, there's nothing.
Then you're taking a negative.
Do you need
they're
growth,
solid. They're solid. Like, they're solid. I'm gonna say that. I'm not gonna say they stink. I'm not gonna say they're ass pack. I'm just saying there's no growth in whatever this is supposed to be. You feel what I'm saying?
But did you need growth though, or did you just need good songs?
Yes, I would like growth. I'm sorry, Eddie. I would like growth from one of the biggest artists.
But that's been your critique for a long time.
Exactly. I would like growth.
That's fair.
That's it. I would
And
like.
he's been consistent in that critique.
I will say that day in and day out.
But do you need growth from all your artists, or do you just demand this from Drake?
I would like growth from someone that is consistently putting out music, consistently in the headlines, consistently collaborating, consistently on tour. I would like to hear and see some new experiences from the person or the people that think that is the guy.
You hold Drake to a higher standard than you do everyone else.
Yes, I've been saying that, but when I say it, it sounds like I'm being bitter, I'm hating, I want him to do this, that, and the third. No, I just want to see
more than one thing could be true.
Yeah, I just want to see a little bit more maturity. And so when I get the new music, I'm like, all right, cool, let me see what he's talking about. Let me see what angle he's coming from. And unfortunately, these three records didn't show that. But it doesn't mean they weren't good. They did serve a purpose for every specific
I'll tell you what it did do.
What?
Based on everything that's available in the marketplace in this current time, it reminded you of the quality of material that he could deliver. You could say it didn't grow or it sounds like other shit.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of why Drake has had so much success is he knows how to deliver on his expectation for his fans.
Yeah.
And what's going
that's a key
aggregate the largest audience.
That's a key element in how he maneuvers with his fan base. Like that he's mastered that to the key. But also with the 100 gigs, like the actual footage and the concert footage and the tour footage and the studio footage, that reminded us of why we want to see him grow, because we've seen that with all those albums he was, recording and, those sessions that we saw from Views to Take Care to Thank Me Later. Like, we saw all of that shit, like you said, like you brought up the family book, and like, damn, that's why we love you. I saw so many nostalgia tweets when I was posting the clips from that folder, like, damn, like, this is the guy I fell in love with. And there's people saying now, like, yo, take the braids off, go back to that fade with the waves, because there's something that, with the braids, there's something that's not connecting with us.
They telling bro to cut his hair?
I saw that a couple times. I was watching a lot of this shit when it happened. They was like, yo, Drake with the waves was the wave.
Drake with the braids ain't.
That's what
you can't go back to that though. Like it's kind of like a comedian, and I can point to this comedian because he's been very vocal about this. Like somebody like Eddie Murphy, right? Eddie Murphy, somebody in the 80s that might have missed that generation. I mean, he was this very raw. There wasn't that many black comics out there. There was a relatability to him. And then once you become the biggest star on the planet, Eddie Murphy had issues doing comedy again because he was so removed from everybody else.
Right.
And music's a little bit different, but there are some similarities with that. Drake is literally one of the most famous people in the world. We're never going to get that pure Drake like that again, which to your credit is why you probably want growth. If you can't be that person anymore, then show me the other angle of it of, I've come a long way, here's where I am now. And we're not going to get neither, really.
Look, we got 100 gigs for our head tops, so.
Stop saying that.
You're saying that with some sarcasm, dog.
That's what it's called, man.
Stop.
Why y'all doing this, man?
You know what you're doing.
Yeah,
you good at what you're doing. You good.
Him being oblivious, I don't. Yeah,
y'all are asking for him to show growth, and so he grew his hair out.
Oh my God.
That's showing growth. He's like, you want growth? I got new growth.
Two things.
Do you like it, E? Do you like the music?
I love it. I was
impressed?
Not impressed. I
just enjoyed it. Like it was.
I enjoyed it. Like it was good Drake.
Good
Drake stuff. Like I'm not. Make this shit so complicated, man.
No,
the
it's
man
not.
Makes good shit that comes on and sounds good.
Who said he does
If the rest of y'all would stop making it so fucking complicated, maybe you would have success like Drake. Fucking put the shit on and make sure it's easy to listen to. It sounds good, and a lot of people will come listen to the shit, man.
I mean, but a lot of people are listening to it.
That's why Drake's successful.
Yeah, we never said he wasn't.
That's it. That's it.
All right, just relax. Like,
Nah, I just be feeling like y'all be coming for my guy Drake all the time, man.
So it's your guy?
You the one said you fell in love with him.
I said why everyone else fell in love with
said
him.
I.
Okay, yeah. Well, I did back in that. Back in the day. I don't know this.
Oh, so he broke your heart.
Nah, he ain't break my heart.
Oh.
Disappointed a little bit.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of Latto's new album, I got a chance to sit down with her.
Looked like a very interesting conversation.
The album is really good, man.
It's good.
Whoever picking them beats, goddamn.
The picking the beats,
songwriting, song
bringing
structure.
in the hooks.
Yep.
We know Latto gets nice. Listen, Latto been rapping on TV and what was that show she was on with Jermaine Dupri and all that back in the day?
Oh, some hip hop. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
But anyway, since she was a teenager, so we know she could rap.
Yeah.
Like that's not
She's
even a
been
thing.
putting in the steps.
But putting together an album that's
Cohesive.
I wasn't even gonna say cohesive, just as much as it's just musically great to listen to. It's just great
so
songs.
saying sonically, it's easy on the ears.
No, it's just good songs. It's good rap songs, man. You know, it's what you're saying, but it's also just good rap songs with hooks, the Coco Jones, the R&B influences,
the Mega joint,
the hip hop records. When I sat with her, she got this record. Shout out to me. We actually talked about it. Shout out to me.
Shout out to me.
The outro.
Shout out to me.
That record is very, dare I say, Jay-Z-esque, Hove-esque, from the sample to your rhyme stylings to how personal it is. First of all, talk about making the song and why you wanted it on the project.
When I hear a good beat, if it's a good beat to me, it'll like speak to me. So the first thing that came to mind was like, shout out to me. Like I wanted to be like speaking from a perspective where it's like I'm talking to myself almost. So it's like, shout out to me. I don't play about us, me and my past self. And I just wanted to get like very vulnerable and like tell people my story. I do agree with you as far as like I think a lot of times when Latto's name is in the media, I don't think it's about music as much as it should be. So I wanted it to be like, let me use this as my therapy, and everything that y'all be hearing about me and saying about me, let me say how I feel about it on this song.
A lot of disagreement on my take on that, because I said she's trying to be in her Hove bag on a shout out to me. It's clearly a Drake timestamp record
Inspired
influence.
record,
You hear that influence in there. But those Drake timestamp influence songs for me were really like a Hove Song Cry or a Dear Summer.
When you say Dear Summer, I could see that a little bit more because of the conversation that Jay was having with not only himself, but with the game.
Right.
And Drake does that a lot on the timestamp records.
Right, so the reason I'm saying she's trying to be in her whole bag
because she's having conversations with herself and the things that are in front of her.
And she's taking shots. She took shots at Nicki on that joint and Ice Spice. Yeah. Multiple shots. She was like, she said something about, you can't even look me in the eye, sis.
Yeah.
Which, Ice Spice real name, and you talking spicy.
Water, ice always melts.
Yeah, and she also was like, girls that's younger than me and girls that's twice my age or some shit. So she got Yo, Eddie, you all right over there?
Y'all go off. Do y'all thing.
Nah, we just, what you saying?
Worried about the barbs?
Nah, I ain't tripping about the barbs. Shout out to the barbs, man. The barbs is great.
Yo, you saw how his voice went? I ain't tripping about the barbs. Said one and done. I ain't going back with them motherfuckers again.
I don't want to smoke. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't want no issue with no bars.
Nah,
man.
you good, bro. You good.
Young Miami's out here talking. JT dropped a new album that people love, but now Young Miami took it to Carisha Please and was interviewed by her friend Saucy Santana.
Yeah.
Did you guys check it out?
I saw a couple clips.
Eddie, you didn't watch it?
She ain't doing nothing for me, dog. Like,
what you mean?
That's crazy.
She ain't, man. Like,
what you
come
saying?
on, man.
What's wrong with Carisha?
It's just, look, bro, all this is subjective, man. I ain't got to be the hugest Carisha fan in the world. She'll be fine. She don't do that for me.
Look. Carisha as a person is a likable person.
Very likable.
Like, she's been a very likable personality in hip hop.
It's the music that's not for you?
It's just not about Carisha's
He like
I love
City
JT.
Girls
I
too.
love JT.
Nah, man. It's all scammer. It's all girl scammer music, and it's cool.
I like girl scammer music.
What's
it's
wrong
cool.
with that? You like the
it ain't
There
for
was
me.
some girl scammers. They was bad too. It was
I
my
like
homies.
raps.
Yo, and they had the plug on the. They had the polo. They had the polo.
They did the credit cards?
They had the. Listen, chill.
All right.
I don't know what the statute on limitations is.
So they did.
Listen. Just saying. We know people like this, man.
I do.
Now you got a soundtrack to it.
Yeah, I just don't be around them no more, man. You
Right,
talk about growth, maturity,
You grow.
I'm out, man. It's cool. Shout out to
somebody's
Creasy, though,
grown.
man. Do that.
Somebody getting that Gucci you got on. Anyway,
This fake. Don't even trip.
Don't lie.
This ain't
Don't
even
lie.
real.
You lying like a motherfucker with that
You be in the
Apple logo
brand
behind
stores
you.
every other week
Get
on
the fuck outta
Rodale.
here,
Stop
bro.
lying.
We be
You
seeing
just
all the
came back.
Pradas and
You just
Gucci's,
came back from
Olympic trips.
Paris. I bet you caught some
Fuck
shit
outta
out
here.
I got
there.
this
I
in
don't wanna hear
Paris.
that
What you
shit.
talking about? You know what I mean?
Anyway, back to Young Miami on Carisha Please. She spoke on Diddy, which I thought she gave her great response. You know what I'm saying? For her, which was like, the
wouldn't
guy
have.
I knew wasn't doing.
But here's the caveat to that.
Okay.
There was a tweet she had put
Oh,
out.
I know what you talking
You
about.
saw that
Wait, I
tweet,
didn't see
right?
it. Put me
Yeah.
on.
There was a tweet that she said something about if Puff wanted you to be eating ass or whatever, be eating something, you'd be on your knees.
Yep.
wrong with that?
Yep. It
They was
alludes to
having
the
they
things.
openly talked about sex.
Yeah,
They didn't talk about
but
that. Doesn't necessarily rape.
That's a strong
but when
arm.
you look
They used to run around talking
Hold-
about their sex life.
Hold on. But when you look at what happened and the things that were happening around that time and those things that were being accused of him by, that tweet kind of doesn't look.
No, it doesn't look good. You're right.
Doesn't look good. That's all. But yes, you're right. They did talk about their sex
And
life.
she's in court papers, dog.
Yeah.
She's in the papers, fam. So
Wait, but
it's-
in the court papers from the producer, not the Cassie court papers.
No.
not the Cassie, not the Cassie court papers.
Got it. But the producer.
But in
that was
hindsight,
the-
yeah.
What's his name? I'm sorry.
Roy something or Ray? What is it?
No, don't worry about it. Sorry,
forget, yeah,
sir.
whatever.
We messed up your name.
Yeah,
but-
we apologize. But yeah, she was like, I don't know that person. I didn't know that person. That wasn't the person that I was with, this, that, and the third. So I guess,
It's kind of one of those, you can believe it if you want to believe it, and if you don't want to believe her, then you're not going to believe her.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they talked openly about their sex life, but I don't know what they was doing with other people or, putting people in uncomfortable situations. That we don't know. So
She also spoke on her and JT's relationship.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel about her covering that?
I mean, a lot of that stuff was like social media shit that I kind of missed. And a lot of it was her getting mad at JT, I believe, by bringing some of the issues to Twitter and social media. And she felt like that if they were so close or if they were so bonded together, like phone calls could have been made, texts could have been had. And she kind of felt like she would say she felt a little bit betrayed and that they just started growing apart in regards to even the last album. Like they were on tour together, doing shows together, different, separate dressing rooms, not dressing the same, not knowing other ones doing a collaboration with this one, not getting a phone call when the other one got a phone call. So it was a lot of growth and just like, all right, we got to figure out this thing by ourselves because the money's slowing up, you're not getting booked for shows, the album's not doing well, this just ain't working.
Young Miami tweeted, I knew the interview would be 50-50, but I feel good telling my truth. I'm about to go outside and have a ball. I deserve to see y'all later.
I mean, listen, it's been a little rough for her. Hopefully she can get back creatively, because obviously, City Girls aren't together. And QC told her that they don't see any growth in her music, which is why she's not putting out any music right now. So hopefully, like, this whole experience with splitting up with JT and going through the situations they did with the album, maybe she could tell her side of the story in a music form, get some dope producers, some, good songwriters, and hopefully, like, this will be a stepping stone for her in regards to this whole experience with breaking up with JT as a friend and a band member. So hopefully, good luck and shouts to Young Miami.
I want to go to our guy, Eddie in LA, is the next destination for the Summer Olympics in 2028. Eddie, you were in Paris.
Yo, Paris, fam.
How was that shit?
So that was my first time going. Like I ain't never been to no France before. And me and the homie Nick Newcomb, we was like, shout out to the homie though, brother out there speaking French. You know what I'm saying?
French.
He speaks French. We was in France, making it happen. So we went to like 5 basketball games, men and women's, other countries, not just USA. We pulled up on some track and field events. Saw Noah Lyles win that boy weird, win the 100 meters in real time. That was what's the issue with NBA players, Noah Lyles? Tell us the truth, man.
Then he lost the 200 meter, right?
Yeah, yeah,
he lost
they said.
Yeah. But then he was up in the
he was in a
club.
wheelchair?
2 days later, he said he didn't have COVID. And also, too, it ain't really losing if you came in third. Like, you still got a medal.
bronze.
He got a medal.
But
So,
if
you know what I'm
you
saying?
don't get the goal
And doing all that bullshit he doing.
yeah, if you don't get the goal and you hyped up like that,
Yeah.
That's an L.
And-
It's like
and he be
Sha'Carri, right? Sha'Carri got the silver, but
then she got the gold.
yeah, she ended up getting a gold in a
Relay.
100-yard dash.
She got to go in the relay, right?
She got a gold in the relay.
Yeah. She did that work when she looked over the girl to the side.
Oh, that look was a stone cold.
But as we were saying, when you don't get the gold and you got the hype, people will say you did great. We love Sha'Carri.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I mean, she got a gold regardless.
No one be talking wild, though. Like, there's a huge difference between Sha'Carri and Noah, man. Noah be like, champions to what? And doing all that. Like, man, bro.
He got a punchable face.
Something about him.
Way out of, y'all don't know this man.
No, I'm just saying.
I watched Sprint, the documentary on Netflix about
my man
Noah
Cass
Lyles.
told me about that shit. He was a dickhead in that too.
He was terrible, bro. I know Noah Lyles for real. Like, you the one putting the camera in your face all the time. Like, I feel like I know you now, bro.
For real.
You be tripping. Hey, good looking with that 100 though while I was there. That was tight being able to do that talk reckless with everybody around me, man. Hey, Jamaicans, y'all need to step up.
Wait,
yeah, that's supposed to be y'all thing.
Why
are you looking at me? He said it.
I'm just saying, USA, baby. Man. You know what I'm saying? We can be patriotic
anyway,
for one more week.
The reason I even came to you in this part of the show was to talk about hip-hop at the Olympics. Snoop Dogg, and then specifically the closing ceremony the other night where, you know, Tom Cruise did a whole Mission Impossible. Did you see it?
I saw it.
But then all of a sudden he's in L.A. at the Hollywood sign, and then they on the beach with Snoop and Dr. Dre. It was well-produced.
Yes.
Clearly showing that, you know, they're going to add the theatrics.
The movie, the Hollywood,
the hype
time.
to the Summer Olympics 2028. But Eddie, how did it feel and what was the energy just around the whole Snoop Dogg and even breakdancing at the Olympics in Paris?
Okay, we're going to have two different conversations.
All right.
Let's talk about that Australian lady with breakdancing right quick. I don't know what that was. Like, the dudes are breakdancing.
We need to hear from y'all.
Hey, bro.
When did they announce that?
Ken Leroy, I'm gonna have to go on the shelf for a week just for you got to pay for her sins because that was unacceptable what that Australian lady was up there doing.
So when was like that a thing that breakdance has breakdance always been a part?
No. The first time it was at the Olympics, and it will not be at the Olympics in 2028, according to what I just read today.
They just like slid it in there.
No, it was. They've been trying to get it in for a while. They got it in. This happens with other sports too. Like
3-on-3, like is another 3-on-3 basketball. They added that this year. Like that was a very new event.
So what would it take to add Uno?
I don't know if there's any physical.
Like the card game.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but these are physical competitions at the Olympics.
Well, Uno can get physical.
Yeah, if you're getting physical at the Uno table, bro, you need a mental health eval, bro. You got to bring it down a notch.
Okay, so I'll really back in. This Snoop thing, right?
Yeah.
In hip hop, like I'm one of those people that I'm glad that breakdancing was an Olympic event, even though it seems like it's going to be temporary and they're going to get rid of it. It's cool to see something that started 51 years ago has become so big that it's an Olympic event. The Snoop Dogg thing, me and Ebro having this conversation off air. Snoop Dogg is one of the most beloved figures we have on the entire planet, right?
Yeah.
And for people, and Lowkey, you're in this boat as well, for people that have watched the span of Snoop Dogg's career, like we literally have been consuming music from when Snoop debuted, deep cover, like from the rip. It is so weird for my brain to watch him be this beloved human being at this point. You talk about growth on Drake. No one has grown more than Snoop Dogg from where he was in, 92 to where he is now. Martha Stewart, grandmothers, everyone loves Snoop Dogg. Him giving commentary, walking around equestrian events, infusing hip-hop in it. Shout out to Flavor Flav, too, showing his support to, women's water polo. Everything that he did, talk about growth with him as well. Somebody that not only started off in hip-hop, was doing those weird reality shows, and he's back here like a musical genius who's also a beloved figure. And it goes to show you, man, like we, specifically as black people in America, we have a strained relationship in the country that produced us. It gets really, really weird. But the beauty of the Olympics, and I'm going to give it its credit, is something that is that seems as meaningless as sports can bring community together. And as someone who was in Paris watching the Olympics, it is refreshing in 2024 when it's all doom and gloom. For me personally at times, when you see, I went to the South Sudan game versus the U.S., and you see these South Sudan's, a new country, and this beautiful story of their team playing in these Olympic Games, and there was a point in time like there's all these South Sudanese people and they're doing their traditional dances, and like these German folks come over and they're dancing with them, and neither one of them are speaking the same language, and you're like, oh man, this is beautiful to watch, man. So seeing the infusion of these figures that I've watched their whole career into these hip hop goats be part of the Olympic Games, which in a weird way made me feel like my culture is part of the Olympic Games. And not only watching the athletes and then being there in Paris and then knowing that it's coming to my new home in LA and you're seeing Snoop, Dre, Tom Cruise, the GOAT Simone Biles getting the American flag. It makes you feel patriotic.
KD quote, man. KD had a great quote at the games where he said, listen, it's a lot of bullshit in our country. Some great stuff too.
It felt good, dog. Just watching Steph Curry raining threes. Because I was back by then. I'm like, you know what, man? I bought me the Olympic t-shirt and stuff like that. I didn't wear no American gear when I was out there in Paris. I was just trying to slide, keep it cool. And I will say, I didn't see a lot of like, yo, US. I didn't see a lot of it, except for the one dude from Rhode Island. Shout out to homie that was on the bikes. But outside of that, like, you know, it's strained relationship, but god damn, it felt good getting them all them gold medals, man. Yeah, 40 gold medals. What we get, 126 of them things?
126.
Step up. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling, you know what I'm saying? You know how we do.
All right.
Simone Biles. Boop, 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 boop.
Okay, all right.
Very
you know what I'm saying? Katie Ledecky. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
What's Rodman's daughter's name?
Shout to St. Lucia, though, who won the 100-meter dash.
Yeah, that's
tight. What I'm saying? A country of 70,000.
You know what I don't do? Get in diaspora wars. I'm like Issa Rae. I'm rooting for everybody
I'm
black.
Them out. I'm showing them love.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Those small,
shout out to my people.
I love seeing the small nations because they don't get to be on the world stage all the time.
And with them being on the world stage,
and I love America getting our medals and all that, and I'm for that. But I do love seeing small nations that never get shined at, like people don't even know they exist, and they win medals. Like I saw a young lady from Dominica who, you know, dude didn't even know how to pronounce the nation, and she was like, it's Dominica. Like, it's not Dominica, it's Dominica. Yeah. It's in the Caribbean. Yeah. Like, it's, you know, we just got a few thousand people that live here, but they got their little medal.
And things like that just add resources to those nations.
Right.
And just eyes and employment, everything. So that's dope. So, yeah, shout out to St. Lucia.
So it's all great stories, but I'm glad you
got the experience,
You know what I'm saying? Now, what is your opinion of Paris as a destination? Did you enjoy the city?
Oh, yeah. 10 out of 10. Bruh, listen, I'm telling you, Paris, the food's amazing. What I will say, too, man, it's so easy to commute and walk around and get around in Paris, man. Bruh, the only thing about Paris, man, they be adopting a lot of our culture. But it's cool. It was a good time.
You're using the word adopt.
I'm going to say adopt. Because here.
What would you say?
Listen, you know why?
No, he said
I got love
adopt.
for Paris.
What would you say?
I say steal. But that's a different show.
You know why I won't say
different show.
You know why I won't say steal? Because back in the day when it was rough for a lot of these black American artists, they was going over in France getting love. I appreciate Paris for that. Josephine Baker and all them. And
that's right.
Listen, shout out to Paris.
Jazz
artists. Yeah. Right, I think Ray Charles moved over there for a little bit. So, hey, man, y'all can adopt if y'all was going to treat us like that back pre-civil rights. So I know my history. Shout out to Paris, man.
Yeah, okay.
Plus, hella Africans in Paris. I bet y'all mad y'all colonizing them because they coming home. They up in Paris speaking all the languages y'all made them speak. Hella Africans. I see what y'all did. Yeah, taking all their jewels and stuff. Look, now they like ours. This is our Paris.
He's focusing on the stealing part.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a different show. I want to shout out MLS too. NYCFC invited myself and Nadeska and Low out to a game. Yeah. We had a good time. Well, mostly a good time until Low screwed it up. Talking about hip hop and answering some questions.
Okay, favorite song about New York City?
New York State of Mind. Nah, stop it. Why you playing?
Empire State of Mind.
Fuck out of here,
New York
bro.
City.
Well, I'm embarrassed for you.
No, and I love home.
Can you give him another
I said
shot?
about New York City.
That's not your favorite song about New York City.
You said about your favorite song?
I'll tell you right now.
Why you pointing at me?
Because you need it.
Okay.
Because you're fucking bugging.
Okay, well, all right.
I already know you like Welcome to New York City more than you like New York State of Mind.
You felt like that was
Cam and Hov, Welcome to New York City.
Why not?
You love that more. You said New York.
I love it more than that.
No, I know. That's
All
what
right.
I just said.
Okay, so then why are you yelling at me?
Because you got it wrong on camera. As you can see, it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot. It doesn't just happen here. It happens everywhere. But anyway, for this guy who clearly, as you can see, can't get his thoughts together, and Eddie in LA, this is Rap Life Review. See y'all next week. There was 3 girls on the list.
He's a attention star, bro.
Angie Martinez and Nadeska. Like,
you saw the video?
No.
I saw the video.
I saw the caption. I was like, I'm not.
Yeah, Elliot was giving her props a little bit. It was more so Vlad saying he never heard of our show.
He trolling. Fuck out of here.
Saying that
Nobody going for that shit. Shut your dumb ass up.
What else he say? What else he say?
What's good? Nadeska here. If you made it through that entire episode of the Rap Life Review, that means you're really a fan. Hit that like button so we know it's real. Subscribe if you never want to miss an episode. And of course, if you really have something to say, drop a comment and we'll hit you back on next week's episode.